folks, ladies and gentle cars, my name is Farkle8000, and welcome back to the February competition. This is competition number 2 on the 2026 schedule, and this is round number 2 of this competition. 74 competitors have already advanced. Here is a reminder of your competitors. We will not have a repeat winner as Roadster has already been eliminated. So we're going to have a new to 2026 winner. Even Mock, your All-Star New Year's Tournament winner, has been eliminated. So truly, we will have a new to 2026 winner. So I'm just going to stop rambling here and let's get to racing. We begin round number 2 from right to left with Mustang, 37, Stinger, and Sprint, and 37 in lane number 2 is the first of, I think, 3 New Yorkers to have advanced to round number 2. And it looks to be a very even start. Maybe Mustang beginning to pull ahead. Now he wobbles and begins to fall behind as Sprint pulls the lead. It's tight. Crossing the line right there. Sprint, 37 takes the win. What? I thought Sprint had that. It looked like he had the lead coming across the line. But the pieces, at least early in this season, do not lie. 37 had a slow start to the year as a New Yorker. That's what you want. And now he's doing even more of what a New Yorker wants. He is rocketing himself up the standings. 37 gets an impressive win ahead of, I think that's Mustang, just barely peeking out behind his ladder. He's advancing to round 3. Next up, we've got Dylan, Ford, Smithfield, and Meteor. And it looks to be a relatively even start, tight through the first angle. A slight wobble for Dylan. They're still 4 wide. Smithfield and Ford inch ahead as a photo finish across the line. Ford gets the win. Just barely, I'm sure. They were tight 4 wide that entire way. Coming onto the flat, Smithfield and Ford pulled ahead, and they take the win. Next up, we've got Bolt, Auto, Dodge, and Department. And Department in lane number 4 is the second of 3 New Yorkers who advanced to round number 2. And it looks to be maybe Department a slight lead as Auto and Bolt fall behind Dodge on the side of the track. Department trying to pull away, but Auto takes the lead onto the flat and takes the victory. Department will heartbreakingly come up in second place. Had a very similar to the start of the year, like 37, but unfortunately right here is unable to advance to round 2, but still a very good competition. Proved he had the speed. Unfortunately, he just did not hold it for that whole race. And Auto, he just built his speed as the race went on. It takes the victory, stealing it from the New Yorker. Next up, we've got DFD, Croissant, Kyle, and Ally. And it looks to be a very even start. Maybe DFD pulling ahead a little bit. Now he bounces. It's Croissant falling back. It's tight 3 wide across the line. I think Ally got the win ahead of Kyle. No, Ally gets the win ahead of DFD. So I wasn't wrong in calling DFD beginning to pull ahead right there. It was still a tight 3 wide photo finish. Ally, though, coming ahead on top. It was very, very tight for second place. DFD takes that position ahead of Kyle. It's Ally making it further, heading to round 3. Next up, we've got White, TT, Hooters, and Rev. And it looks to be a very even start. Maybe Rev inching ahead, bouncing there for Hooters on the side of the track. Now it's tight, 3 wide across the line. TT, the one falling back. Hooters gets the win ahead of White. Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought Hooters' bounce through that angle, got up on the side of the track, allowed Rev to pull ahead, and I thought White was just there, but I'm dead wrong. Rev falls back to third, White pulls into second, Hooters hangs on for the victory. Next up, we've got Lickety, Cruz, Rover, and Moto. And it looks to be maybe Rover with a slight lead through the angle. He's in the air, but he saves it on the side of the track. Bouncing now. Did Lickety steal it before the line, or could Rover hold on? Rover holds on for the win. Bouncing all over the place throughout that entire race. Was lucky to save it through the angle, then onto the flat. Went soaring in the air. I thought Lickety might have had a chance to squeeze on through. In fact, I thought Lickety did squeeze on through to take the win, but Rover holds on, was just a little bit further ahead when they crossed the line. Next up, we've got Gear Wrench, Proto, Plymouth, and Diablo. And it looks to be a very even start. Maybe Diablo slight lead wobble there for Plymouth. He falls back. Diablo has the lead onto the flat, takes the win as Plymouth pulls a wheelie. He'll hold on to second place though. Good job to Plymouth right there for holding on to second place. Bounced all over the place. Just like Rover just a couple of races ago. Able to save it. Holds off the rest of the pack for second place. Diablo leads from wire to wire to take the win. Next up, we've got Voltage, Vintage, Showman, and Turbo. And it looks to be maybe Turbo a slight lead with Voltage wobbling there. Then Voltage begins to pull ahead onto the flat. He'll narrowly take the win. Ahead of Turbo, I think? No, ahead of Showman. Turbo's way back in last place. That's just the perspective playing with my mind right there. Voltage takes an easy victory right here. Almost led from wire to wire, but as Turbo fell back, Voltage held on and takes the win. Next up, we've got Valvoline, Howler, Daylight, and X-Racer. And it looks to be X-Racer a slight lead ahead of the pack, now bouncing right there as Valvoline takes over the lead. He'll lead Howler across the line. Valvoline takes the win right there. Started a little bit further behind as X-Racer pulled ahead, but through that angle I was watching X-Racer there. It didn't look like he wobbled. It's just Valvoline just went through it a little bit faster, a little bit cleaner, and as Howler kind of slid behind him, Valvoline, eyes forwards, takes the win. Next up, we've got Worldwide, 4 tracks, Brandt, and a Bullet. And it looks to be maybe Bullet a slight lead ahead of the pack. Now wobble there for 4 tracks on the side of the track. It's tight. I think Worldwide. It might have been 4 tracks. There were 2 wide photo finish. Worldwide gets the win ahead of 4 tracks. Bullet, one of your early leaders, or at least projected early leaders, unfortunately falls to last place, just couldn't keep up the speed, but 4 tracks through that angle, bounced and got on the side of the track. That's probably the reason why he lost this race. Just lost a little bit too much ground right there, allowed Worldwide to inch ahead just enough to get the win. Next up, we've got 30, Sunny, Emerald, and Nova. And it looks to be maybe Nova a slight lead. Sunny falling back. 30 now on the side of the track. And Sunny takes the lead onto the flat. He'll take the win. What a come from behind victory there for Sunny. He beats Nova, your early leader. A lot of these early leaders are unable to hold it throughout the rest of the race. Just, I guess, getting too big of a start and unable to hold it. I mean, I know with last season, the slower the start, kind of throughout the race, that was kind of the best option, as you could just kind of sling through the chaos. And this one right here, it looks like Sunny kind of channeled his inner 2025, started slow, but drove through the chaos and takes the win. Next up, we've got Chimera, Sylvia, Strip, and Dual Fueler. And it looks to be maybe Sylvia and Gamera falling behind. Strip in the lead, wobbling right there. Gamera draws even with them 4 wide as they cross the line. Strip does hold on for the victory. Looking at the pieces right there, for just a split second, I thought it had been Gamera. That was a super, super tight finish. Strip is able to lead from wire to wire, but nearly lost it. Gamera drew even with them, but Strip able to keep his composure and advances to round 3. Next up, we've got Red Bull, Symbol, Demon, and Rookie Johnny. And it looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe Johnny inching ahead a little bit right there. The middle lanes wobble. Demon and Johnny tight. Johnny pulls a wheelie, and it's close at the line. Demon gets the win ahead of Red Bull. Man, that wheelie right there really hurt the rookie. He falls to third place. Unfortunately, just had a really, really good race going right there. But unfortunately, just too many mistakes down the stretch costs him the race. We've seen a few other competitors be able to hold on right there. This is just Johnny's inexperience as a rookie showing, and your defending series champion's experience showing. He wobbled coming through that angle, but kept his composure and takes the win. Next up, we've got rookies, Nyx, Micro, and Batmobile with the veteran Skyline. And it looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe Skyline inching ahead. Now Micro on the side of the track into Batmobile. Nyx takes the win. I think Micro on top of Batmobile takes second place. He does indeed. Micro through that angle just bounced, got on the side of the track, and then just as the race went on, slowly but surely climbed over Batmobile. You see from this result photo here, the front of Batmobile is kind of curved. He just started to use that as a ramp. What a heartbreaker right there for Batmobile. Nyx takes the win and a rookie 1, 2, 3 finish. Next up, we've got Drifts, Taxi, Jordan, and Quattro. And Taxi in lane number 2 is the third and final New Yorker who advanced around number 2 in this competition. And it looks to be maybe Taxi with a slight lead. Jordan falling well behind now. Taxi on the side of the track as Quattro and Drift pass him. It's tight for the outside lanes across the line. Drift takes the win ahead of Quattro. Taxi will save it to come home third place. And this was a promising competition right here for Taxi. He is one of 4 New Yorkers who advanced round 2 in the last competition, meaning his start position is high up in the standings, which means he now has to prove himself as the year goes on. He does just that in this competition, advanced to round 2, possibly could have won this race had he not got on the side of the track. But him getting on the side of the track led to a very exciting finish, a photo finish between Quattro and Drifts. Drifts takes the win. Next up, we've got Comic, Nerve Hammer, GM, and the Bug. And it looks to be GM with a slight lead early, but quickly gets swallowed up by the pack. A wobble there, he was sideways. It's the Bug and Nerve Hammer fighting for the win. Tight across the line, the Bug takes the victory. Nerve Hammer comes home in second place. GM was wobbling all over the track. He got sideways in his lane. He didn't get on the side of the track, but sideways in his lane. He's a relatively thin competitor. Has the room to do that. Unfortunately, that really cost him this race. Comic comes home in last place, but the Bug leads them to the finish line. He advances to round 3. Next up, we've got Virtual, Kohler, Chomps, and Rookie E-Space. And it looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe Kohler falling back. Chomps on the side of the track, but he saves it. Bouncing is close at the line. It looked like Chomps had a nose ahead. He did indeed. Chomps takes the win ahead of Virtual. I did think Kohler had pulled into third place, but that was a very, very close finish. I'm not really too surprised about any of these top 3. Unfortunately, the Rookie E-Space falls to last place, just couldn't hash it with the veterans. Chomps, how about this victory? That was impressive. Got on the side of the track, but was able to save it and holds on for the win. That was the final 4-car race of this round. We got 2 races to go. They're both 3-car races. We begin the first 3-car race with Rookie Tracker, the sophomore of Hamlin, and the veteran of Baseline. And it looks to be Baseline with a slight lead. Actually, just Hamlin falling back. A wobble there for Tracker. Now inches ahead of Baseline. Baseline pulls a front-nosed wheelie as they headed on to the flat. That'll give Tracker the victory. It was very, very close between those two. If Baseline had just kept it clean onto the flat, I don't think... Well, honestly, I think the rookie still would have won this race. I think Tracker just had a little bit more speed, was just a little bit cleaner. But I think if Baseline had been cleaner than he was, I think it would have been a lot closer. Might have even been able to get the victory, but he was unable to. Tracker, one of the more impressive rookies early on this season, he gets the win and advances to round 3. This is the final race of round number 2. Again, it's a 3-car race containing Rally, Comscope, and Ava. The outside lanes, or I guess lanes 1 and 3, are rookies. The inside lane, or I guess lane 2, is a veteran. And it looks to be Ava with a slight lead early, maybe Rally beginning to inch ahead as Comscope falls back. It's tight between the rookies across the line. And I think, yes, it's Rally who takes the win right there. Just barely ahead of Ava. A very, very close finish right there. Unfortunately, the veteran Comscope just could not catch up, could not hang on to the rookies. Rally has also been a very impressive rookie, and this is Ava's very first competition. She wants to prove herself, does that pretty well right here, comes home in second place, nearly advances to round 3, but just narrowly gets beat out by Rally. And here is your top 19. We've got a New Yorker, we've got winners, we've got champions, we've got underdogs, we've got everyone, and then some. We have a lot of NASCARs. I'm also just realizing that now. Could one of them make it to the top 3, or the top 2, excuse me? I'm not sure. We're not going to give my predictions right now, but if I had to pick at least one of these competitors, I feel like it's going to come from one of the rookies in this last race. I think Tracker and Rally have been very, very strong in this competition. They could be the ones to come out with the win. In terms of the veterans, it's kind of hard to look past Demon nowadays. 2-time defending series champion, looking for his 3rd in a row and 4th overall. Yeah, very hard to write off Demon. And then maybe even the Bug in that same race. He's been relatively impressive in this competition as well. But that is just speculation. And we'll be back eventually, hopefully just later this week, for round number 3, 4, and 5. We wrap up this competition and then get in to the most important competition on the schedule, the March competition, coming up very, very soon. Going to be released in April. It was recorded in March. As of voice recording this, the March competition is actually complete. No spoilers, though, because I want to finish this competition. This competition right here is gearing up for an absolute incredible finish, and I hope it lives up to the hype. And I hope you come back to live the hype with me. Again, we'll be back for rounds 3, 4, and 5. Hopefully later this week. If you don't want to miss it, subscribe down below. Comment as well who you think could win this competition. So, until next time, my name is Farkle8000, and we'll see you later.